Next fight of the night. Now, this one is the first one that I am really excited for, because Anthony Pettis is one of my sort of all-time favorite fighters. I was a massive fan of WEC. It got me into fighting. It got me into the UFC, and it became my fandom of MMA started with probably Uriah Faber started it, and then obviously you've got Anthony Pettis. You've got all the greats. Anyway, we've got Anthony Pettis versus Alex Morono. Now, this fight. This is a weird one because Alex Morono is one of those fighters where every time I count him out, he proves me wrong. Like every single time. It's sort of, he came out last time, and I was like, Reece McKee, again, another fighter that's lost to Hamzat. And did not look good against Hamzat. I believe that shows more how good Hamzat is than how bad Reece McKee is, right? Reece McKee is a good fighter and he is a good prospect, right? But Alex Morono came out and he looked amazing. But he also has losses that you question and go, what's happened there? Now, Anthony Pettis is one of those fighters that only loses to the elite. He really is. If you look at his losses, it's like Josie. It's sort of Max Holloway's. It really is the elite. He only loses to the elite. That is, and he beats some great guys. The guy that's in our main event tonight, Wonderboy Thompson, got knocked out by Anthony Pettis. Now, I see the first round being competitive, without a doubt. I see Anthony Pettis getting this done in the second round. I see it could be a vicious KO, to be totally honest. Anthony Pettis just really is that good. And that's why he's still around. Like you say, he is one of those guys. How old is he? 33, 34 now. He's been around forever. He's got a lot of fight years, more than years, as I say. But he is that good that it's like, beat him, tell him to go. He isn't leaving. He isn't going anywhere because he's going to keep getting these wins against top-ranked guys. But yeah, so I'm going to go with the Anthony Pettis second round KO. What about yourself for that one?
I think I'm going to go with Pettis, but this fight can go numerous ways. I feel there's a lot of stuff that could be important in the fight in terms of the mentalities. Obviously, for Morono, this is huge. Anthony Pettis is one of the biggest names in MMA. Like, a lot of people know him, especially after that Benson Henderson KO. Like, even if you don't know him, you know what he's done. And he'll be motivated so much. You know, if he gets a win now, that will get him into that rankings. Pettis is thinking, well, I'm taking on a guy here.
I would like to point out one thing before you go any further. You know the Showtime kick? That's not a KO. That was never a KO. And do you know what? The only reason I want to point this out is because I fought for the vast majority of my MMA fandom, because I never saw that fight live. I only saw sort of the highlights, like everyone's seen the highlights. I fought for the vast majority that was a KO. Benson came on to keep fighting. That fight went to a decision. So it's like he kept going that fight. But yeah, carry on. But yeah, that is like what is probably the most used clip in MMA. Let's be honest. Maybe if Joaquin Buckley did that sort of spinning heel kick a long time ago, that might be the most used clip. But this is probably, maybe the Ben Askren sort of knockout to Jorge Masvidal. That's been around a few times. But yeah, anyway, carry on.
And also, I feel like with Pettis, he's thinking, well, why am I fighting this guy who's been quite a lot of places behind him in the MMA ranking system? And I've watched this video from a guy called MMA Guru, and he did say the only time Pettis loses is because he ends up breaking something as well. Like, he will break his hand, he'll break his foot. Like, he's very injury prone in a fight. Like, he will do something that he will break. And I feel like we saw in the Diego Ferreira fight where he faces a lot of adversity now. He kind of like feels like, okay, I'm just going to give up. Like, when he got taken down by Diego Ferreira, there wasn't really any urgency for him to try getting back up. I'm not saying Morono is going to be doing this, but I feel like Morono's got a lot more upside in terms of the way of he's got nothing to lose here. Pettis has pretty much got everything to lose. So I'm going to go with Pettis, but I'm not 100% confident, especially with this version of Pettis. I think he beat Cerrone. A lot of people thought he lost. I thought he won. But even then, he didn't look the best. So I think it will be a good fight. I think it was a grinded 29-28 decision, I feel.
Fair enough. Are you guessing that Morono gets the first then? Comes out strong, or just?
Yeah, I think just any of them. I think it might be split. He could win the first. Pettis Pettis obviously wins 2 or 3 or whatever ways it will go. I'm not too sure.